Okay, brothers and sisters, 10 things that could have changed African history. Number one, first thing that could have changed. These are not in order, okay? And you guys can probably think of many more. The Civil War, it is widely known and understood that it was the American African, the Negro soldier, the United States colored troops that won the Civil War for the United States. These are not my words. These are the words of white generals, white soldiers, the president, and others. The black man won back the South for the U.S. government. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm in North Winston-Salem, North Carolina right now. What would have happened in this country had the black man not entered the Civil War? What would have happened in this country had the black man not entered the Civil War? I would be sitting in a different country right now. The black man won the Civil War for the U.S. government. Now, with that being said, after the war was over, after the Confederacy surrendered to the Union at Appomattox, Robert E. Lee in April, what if the black soldiers, the United States colored troops, what if we decided, you in Greensboro, Sister Misha Green, I want you to come to Winston-Salem tomorrow, baby. Come on down, gorgeous. Come to Forsyth Seafood tomorrow morning from 10 to 1 and come get a copy of the 550 plus page Black Parent Advocate. Greensboro, come on down. I'm going to be coming to Greensboro one day because I've never been there either. I think I've been to Greensboro once. North Carolina A&T. There's a HBCU in Greensboro, isn't there? I think I spoke at the HBCU once in Greensboro, but I never spoke in the hood. So I'm going to come back to the hood, but that's going to be some time from now. Okay? So Misha, come on down to Forsyth Seafood tomorrow, 10 to 1, get some sleep, set your alarm, hop on the road. You're only about an hour and 15 minutes away. Now, what if our ancestors in the Civil War, what if the black soldier, what if the United States colored troops did not decide to turn in their weapons after the Confederacy surrendered? And what if instead the U.S. colored troops, 187,000 plus black men, 187,000 plus, in fact, I think it was more than 204,000 black male soldiers, what if we would have organized ourselves and said to each other, if we can beat the Confederacy, why can't we beat the Union? If we can beat the Confederacy, why can't we beat the Union? If we can beat the Confederacy, why stop? Why not now turn on the Union and beat them too and make the United States a black nation? We had a chance. We had a chance to overthrow the government in 1865. The black Civil War soldier, the United States colored troops had a chance to overthrow and replace the United States government. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we did not seize upon the opportunity because we thought America was going to give us a chance. If we could beat the Confederacy, we could have beat the Union because we were the reason that the Union took back the southern states. What if we would have kept on fighting? What if those 204,000 plus African soldiers would have kept on fighting, brothers and sisters? The United States could very well be a black nation. The United States could very well be a black nation. The U.S. government was exhausted. The Union had already lost more soldiers than any other war until Vietnam. The Civil War was the bloodiest and deadliest war in American history until Vietnam. So once the Confederacy had surrendered. The government was tired, exhausted. What if the black soldiers would have said, you know what? We don't believe y'all. We don't believe in no 13th Amendment. We don't believe in no 14th Amendment. We don't believe in no 15th Amendment. We want America to be a black man's nation like it used to be before Columbus showed up. We want America to be a black man's nation like it used to be before Columbus showed up. And what if we would have waged war and declared war on the Union soldiers? What if we would have went to war with the Union right after we beat the Confederacy? The red, white, and blue flag might be a red, black, and green flag. The red, white, and blue flag might be a red, black, and green flag. The red, white, and blue flag might be a red, black, and green flag, brothers and sisters. That is one way history could have been totally rewritten had we never stopped fighting and kept on going. If we beat the Confederacy, I believe we had a good shot. I believe those 204,000 black troops could have possibly beat Ulysses S. Grant's army. I believe those 204,000 black troops could have very possibly defeated Ulysses S. Grant's army. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. The assassination of Abraham Lincoln. I know this is going to upset a lot of you Negroes who don't know history. I know this is going to upset a lot of Africans and a lot of Africans. This is going to upset a lot of Africans and a lot of Africans. And some of you never heard this before. And after I say it, I want you to go do your research so you know that Dr. Umar is not misinforming you. Go and research everything I say tonight. Abraham Lincoln's assassination stopped you from being forcibly expatriated to an African country. I don't think many of you know how dead set and addicted Abraham Lincoln was about getting all black people removed from the United States. I don't think y'all know this. Y'all better go study Abraham Lincoln. In fact, Abraham Lincoln, more than any other American president that I know of, was more interested in forcibly removing black people from America than any other commander-in-chief in his country's history. Abraham Lincoln wanted black people out of America, and he was working tirelessly to secure lands in Panama, to secure lands in Haiti, to secure lands in Liberia. Abraham Lincoln's plan was, after the Negro wins the Civil War for us, we're going to put all of them on ships and we're going to get them the hell up out of here. If you don't believe me, do your research on Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln wanted black people out. Abraham Lincoln wanted black people out. And even after his re-election, he had met with a group of black leaders who he tried to convince and even told him he was going to pay them. He said, not only will we remove you guys to Haiti, to Panama, to Mexico, to Africa, not only will we remove you, we're going to give you money for about 10 to 20 years to make sure you guys have enough money in the new country so you never have to come back to America. Abraham Lincoln told Frederick Douglass, there's no way your people can live amongst ours. Abraham Lincoln said it. He told black leaders, there's no way white people will ever treat you fairly. There are differences between us, physical, social, intellectual. He was a white supremacist. Abraham Lincoln said, if you think you're ever going to be treated as an equal in this country, you are out of your mind. Abraham Lincoln wanted you out. So guess what? What if Abraham Lincoln was never assassinated? What if Abraham Lincoln was never assassinated? If Abraham Lincoln was never assassinated, you would have never been born in the United States. You would have never been born in the United States. Think about that for a minute. If Abraham Lincoln had not been assassinated, you would not be in America right now. I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving you the facts. I got a few more of these, but you know what? I'm going to save them for my DrP.O.P.A podcast. I got a few more of these, but I'm going to save them for the DrP.O.P.A podcast. If you want to subscribe to the DrP.O.P.A podcast, you can find the link in the bio information on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or you can text me for the link, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more. What if the Gabriel Prosser slave revolt in Richmond, Virginia of 1800 was never betrayed by the Afrikaans? What if the Afrikaans never snitched out Gabriel Prosser in Richmond, Virginia, 1800? What if the Afrikaans never snitched out DrUmarJohnson in Charleston, South Carolina, 1822? What if the Afrikaans and the Afrikaans never snitched out Gabriel Prosser in Richmond, Virginia in 1800? What if they never snitched out DrUmarJohnson in Charleston, South Carolina, 1822? These were slave revolts that would have involved thousands of Africans. These are slave revolts that would have involved thousands of Africans. I believe that if Gabriel Prosser or DrUmarJohnson would have been successful, if they would have been allowed to launch those massive slave revolts, I believe that half of this country, which was not the size it is now at that time. Remember, America didn't get as large as she is now until the Louisiana Purchase, which was caused by the Haitian Revolution. America didn't become as large as she is now until the Haitian Revolution bankrupted Napoleon's France, which forced him to sell his lands in America. The Louisiana Purchase caused by the Haitian Revolution is what doubled or tripled the size of the United States. Gabriel Prosser's revolt was in 1800. The Haitian Revolution was still underway. What if Gabriel Prosser's revolt would have gotten started and he would have linked up with Jean-Jacques Dessalines? What if Gabriel Prosser of Virginia would have linked up with Jean-Jacques Dessalines of Haiti, and they would have collaborated their African revolutions, joined forces? Gabriel Prosser would have been the commander of the United States, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, the commander of Haiti in the Caribbean. America might be half of an African empire. Half of America may be part of the Haitian empire or the Pan-African empire. I believe Gabriel Prosser was looking to link up with the Haitian Revolution. And that's why his slave revolt was scheduled during the window of the Haitian Revolution. Yes. Could y'all imagine that? Gabriel Prosser's revolt had thousands of Africans. The Haitian Revolution had tens of thousands. What if they would have sent some ships over here to help us out? What if we would have sent some of our Africans over there to help them out? What if that would have happened? What if that would have happened? What if DrUmarJohnson, what if he would have been successful? What if DrUmarJohnson would have been successful? Or what if DrUmarJohnson would have waited 9 years and linked up with Nat Turner? So now you got Nat Turner in Virginia working clandestinely with DrUmarJohnson in South Carolina. What if Denmark would have waited 9 years for Nat Turner? What if DrUmarJohnson would have waited 9 years for Nat Turner? Imagine Nat Turner and DrUmarJohnson united. Nat Turner and DrUmarJohnson united, brothers and sisters. It's necessary to think this way. Winston-Salem, I am here. Tomorrow, Forsyth Seafood, 108 Martin Luther King Drive. Absolutely free, free, free. Black parent, chat and chew, breakfast and brunch with the Prince of Pan-Africanism, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Come as you are. It costs you nothing to get in. You can buy your brunch when you get in. You can buy your book when you get in, brothers and sisters. Washington, D.C., I will see you January the 2nd. Baltimore, Maryland, I will see you January the 3rd. Charleston, South Carolina, home of DrUmarJohnson, I will see you on Dr. King's birthday, Friday, January the 15th. Macon, Georgia, I will see you Saturday, January the 16th. This has been the Prince of Pan-Africanism broadcast. I'm signing off now. If you want to hear the rest of this, you're going to have to sign up for the DrP.O.P.A podcast. If you sign up for the podcast, screenshot your receipt, text it to me in WhatsApp, and I will add you to the podcast group. If you become a loyal donor,